Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Tiny Improvements. I'm Chris, here with my co-host, Claudia.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're diving into something that honestly affects all of us, but most of us don't even realize it's happening. Let me ask you, Chris, have you ever felt like your own thoughts are working against you, like they're holding you back or making you feel worse than you should?
Oh, absolutely. There are days when my mind feels like it's full of negativity or self-doubt, and it's exhausting. And the worst part? Sometimes I don't even notice it's happening until it's too late.
Exactly. That's the tricky part. Caroline Leaf, in her book Cleaning Up Your Mental Mess, explains that toxic thoughts don't just make us feel bad, they're literally changing our brains in ways that can harm us. It's what she calls the hidden danger of your thoughts.
And what's even scarier is that this danger can affect your mental health, your relationships, and even your physical well-being. But here's the good news. Leaf also shares a 5-step method to take back control of your thoughts and detox your mind. It's called Neurocycling, and we're going to break it down for you in this episode.
So, whether you've been feeling overwhelmed, stuck in a negative loop, or just want to understand how to make your mind work for you instead of against you, this episode is for you. Let's dive in.
Let's start with the problem. Caroline Leaf describes toxic thoughts as more than just negative thinking. They're mental patterns that, over time, can actually damage your brain. But Claudia, what does that really mean?
Great question. Leaf explains that every thought you have creates physical changes in your brain through a process called neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on your thoughts. When you focus on positive, constructive thoughts, you build healthy neural pathways, like a smooth, well-paved road. But toxic thoughts? They're like potholes or weeds growing over a garden. Over time, they can make it harder for your brain to function properly.
That's wild. So, it's not just about feeling bad. These thoughts are actually physically harmful?
Exactly. And Leaf backs this up with research. For example, chronic stress, a common result of toxic thinking, has been shown to shrink the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. It also increases inflammation in your body, weakens your immune system, and can even lead to conditions like anxiety and depression.
So, toxic thoughts are like a double-edged sword. They hurt your mind and your body?
Exactly. And what's scary is how easy it is for these toxic patterns to become ingrained. Think about how often we replay negative scenarios in our heads or criticize ourselves. These small, repetitive thoughts can build up over time and create what Leaf calls mental mess.
I can totally see that. It's like carrying around a heavy backpack every day, but never realizing you could just take it off.
That's a perfect analogy. And here's another key point Leaf makes. Your brain and your mind are not the same. Your brain is the hardware, but your mind is the software that runs it. And just like a computer, if your software is corrupted with bugs, like toxic thoughts, it impacts everything.
So, how do we fix the software? How do we clean up this mental mess?
That's where neurocycling comes in. Let's break it down step by step. Neurocycling is Caroline Leaf's 5-step method for rewiring your brain and managing your thoughts. What's amazing is that it's not just about thinking positive, it's a structured process that's backed by science.
Exactly. Here are the 5 steps. Gather awareness. Notice your thoughts and emotions without judging them. Reflect. Ask yourself why you're thinking this way or feeling these emotions. Write. Get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Reframe. Challenge toxic thoughts and replace them with healthier alternatives. Active reach. Take action to reinforce your new mindset.
The first step, gather awareness, is about becoming a detective of your own mind. Notice what you're thinking and feeling, but don't judge it. For example, you might notice thoughts like, I'm not good enough, or feelings of anxiety in your chest.
This step sounds simple, but it can be really powerful. When you pause and observe your thoughts, you're taking the first step to breaking the cycle of negativity. And step 2, reflect, is where you dig deeper. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Or what triggered this thought? This step helps you uncover the root cause of your mental clutter.
Leaf explains that this is like peeling back the layers of an onion. You might discover that your self-doubt is rooted in a past experience or an unrealistic expectation you've set for yourself.
Step 3, write, is my personal favorite. When you journal your thoughts, it's like decluttering your mind. Seeing your thoughts on paper can help you analyze them more objectively.
Totally. Writing activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. So it's not just therapeutic, it's actually rewiring your brain in real time.
Step 4, reframe, is where the real transformation happens. Let's say your toxic thought is, I'm a failure. Reframing might look like, I made a mistake, but I'm learning and improving every day.
This isn't about lying to yourself or ignoring problems. It's about finding a perspective that helps you grow instead of keeping you stuck. And finally, active reach is all about action. If you've reframed a thought about failure, your active reach might be setting a small goal and celebrating when you achieve it. It's about reinforcing your new mindset through daily practice.
These steps work together beautifully, and when you use them consistently, you're not just managing your thoughts, you're literally building a healthier brain.
Let's say you're overwhelmed at work. Here's how you can use neurocycling.
Gather awareness. Notice your thoughts like, I'll never get this done. Reflect. Ask, why do I feel this way? Write. Jot down everything on your mind. Reframe. Turn I'm failing into I'm making progress one step at a time. Active reach. Start with one small task and celebrate when you finish. Or let's say you've had a fight with a friend. Neurocycling can help you process your emotions and repair the relationship. Gather awareness of your feelings. Reflect on what caused the conflict. Write it down. Reframe by thinking, I can apologize and make things right. And your active reach could be sending a kind message to reconnect.
If self-doubt is holding you back, start by gathering awareness of your inner critic. Reflect on where that voice is coming from. Write it down to externalize it. Reframe by reminding yourself of your strengths. And your active reach? Try something new and celebrate even small successes.
So, there you have it. Neurocycling is a powerful, science-backed way to take control of your thoughts and clean up your mental mess.
And here's our challenge for you. Pick one toxic thought this week and work through the 5 steps. Start small and notice how it feels to take back control.
We'd love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments below, and let's support each other on this journey.
Thanks for listening to Tiny Improvements. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with anyone who might need a little mental clarity. See you next time.